Okay, thank you guys for returning today. I'm going to review the purpose of the group, like we've talked about the last couple times, and that's to discuss the role of anxiety in your lives and how that plays a part in your life, and maybe where it's causing you some concern or stress in an open and safe environment, okay? You all are encouraged to share your thoughts and feelings. We're going to practice new skills, and so your participation is greatly appreciated. So you each have an agenda in front of you so that you know what is going on for the day. Okay, I'm going to ask each of you to rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 about where your anxiety is today. Okay, so 1, if you rate yourself a 1, that means that you have really low anxiety, it's not bothersome to you today, and a 10 would be that your anxiety is really high, maybe the worst that you've ever felt it. So if each of you can tell me where you're falling on that scale. Sarah?
I'm a 9.
Okay. And can you share a little bit about maybe why that's a 9 today?
Because I don't really want to go back to school tomorrow. I hate school and I'm just worried about it, so that kind of just on my mind a lot right now.
Okay. Veronica?
I'm a 7, and that's because I didn't do my homework last night, so I don't know what my teacher's going to say.
Okay.
And I'm at a 6 because I have a test in my math class coming up next week, and I'm kind of scared that I'm not going to do well, and then I won't get into the right math class, and then I won't get into a good college.
Okay. So it sounds like you're feeling as though if you don't do good on a math test, that means you will not get good into college, the college that you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have to take the honors classes. And if I can't do well in this class, then I can't get into that class. And, yeah.
Okay. Kate?
I'm just at like a 7 or an 8. Just because being in this group is like, just...
So being in this group in itself has caused you a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
Did anybody else, does being in this group or the thought of being in this group or meeting new people in this group trigger any more anxiety in you, any anxious thoughts?
Me?
Yeah? You want to share on that a little bit?
Because I don't know any of the girls here, so they're probably laughing at me or making fun of me.
So you have thoughts of them not accepting you the way that you wanted them to accept you?
Yes.
Okay. And now after you've been in this group for a couple of sessions, is that hold true? Are they laughing at you or?
No.
So are you feeling a sense of acceptance from them?
Yes, I am. They're nice.
Did anyone else have any thoughts before they started this group about the other members?
Well, I just didn't know what it would be like, I guess. And since I've been here, I mean, everybody's been really nice, but it hasn't really gotten easier necessarily. But, I mean, I can see that, like, I can relate to their stories and what they share. But for every time I come, it's like I have to start back over again with, like, feeling comfortable with them.
Okay. So there's an introduction period each time. So your anxiety might be really high at the beginning of the group, but might decrease throughout the session?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that actually goes into what we're going to talk about today, which is triggers for our anxiety. Okay, and so you guys all named a trigger, and that was coming to the group made you feel anxious. And then we're going to talk about whether that plays out in how we behave, in our thoughts, or in our emotions, and then if it holds true, does it make sense? Are we is it factual? Okay, so like Veronica's example was that she thought girls were going to laugh at her in this group. As it turned out, no one laughed at her. So her worry and her fear didn't really hold true for her. Okay? So today we're going to focus on triggers and events and how those triggers and events tend to give us negative thoughts, either about ourselves or a situation, and in turn give us kind of negative emotions and keep us from doing the things that we want to be doing. So the way we think as people, as humans, is in 3 phases, okay? Typically we have an event like we talked about, and then we have a thought about the event, and then we have a behavior, okay? So last week your homework was to keep a journal of events or triggers that caused you guys anxiety. So you were supposed to name the event, name kind of what happened around the event, what your thoughts were, and what ultimately happened as a result of that, okay? So today I'm going to show you something called a triangle. It's simple. So over here we're going to have an event. At the top we're going to have the thought. And down here we're going to have the behavior. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to partner up, and I want you to share your journal entries with each other. What I want the other person to do is create a triangle, like we have here, of that person's event. So for example, I'm going to create something. Let's say the event is I'm at school and I hear some boys laughing behind me. Okay, that's my event. My thought is that they're making fun of me and that they're going to tease me. My behavior is I don't go into the cafeteria that day. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So if you can turn to your partners and create triangles for their journal events.
Oh, you actually did it.
Okay. So I'm hoping that we can have someone share on another person's triangle. And remember, we're here to respect each other. So would someone be willing to share about someone's triangle?
I
Kate?
will.
Okay.
So Lisa and I were talking, and she told me about how this week she went to Starbucks, but she started getting really anxious or nervous that she was going to mess up with her order, and so she made her mom order for her because she didn't want to have to go up to the cashier.
Okay. So who can name the event that happened in Lisa's situation? What's the event that happened? Someone?
She went to Starbucks.
Okay. The event was that she went to Starbucks.
Yeah.
The thought or the worry was what?
She got worried that she was going to mess up.
Okay. And then the behavior, what did she do after that?
She made her mom do it.
Okay, great. Thank you. So sometimes we have thoughts that go on in our head that might be true, that might not be true. So the best way to deal with that is to kind of challenge whether the facts are true. Is there facts behind it? Is there truth behind it? Does it make sense? So Lisa, can I ask you a couple questions?
Okay.
Okay. So how often do you go to Starbucks?
I go every weekend with my family after church.
Okay, so a lot. You go frequently. Okay. And have you ever messed up ordering at Starbucks?
No, never.
Okay. And what would happen if you messed up ordering at Starbucks? What would that mean?
Somebody might laugh at me.
Okay. So you're worried about people laughing at you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so let's say they do laugh at you. What could you do after that?
Maybe get my mom to order or say it again.
Okay. So you have an alternative, something that you could do instead, right? You feel like you could continue going on. That the worst thing that would happen was that they would laugh at you, and then, but you could still go on and order. But that has never really happened, is from what I'm hearing, right?
No.
Okay. Okay. So for your next homework assignment, I want you guys to continue keeping a journal. I want you to think about the triggers, the events that happen, the thoughts that take place, and then the behavior, okay? And if you're able to think of a thought, I want you to challenge that thought a little bit. But we'll talk about it more next week during our session, okay?